everyone, welcome back to the JavaScript course. In the last video, we learned how to remove and compare object properties. Today we are going to explore something really powerful: how to iterate through object properties and method. When you are working with objects in real-world applications, you will often need to loop through all the properties, check what the key exists, or access all the values. JavaScript gives us the several ways to do this, and by the end of this video, you will know exactly when and how to use each one. So let's dive in. Before we look at the code, let's understand why we did want to iterate over object. Imagine you have a user object with the properties like name, email, age, and country. You might want to display all the user information on a web page, or validate that all required fields are filled, convert the object to a different format, search for a specific property. Unlike arrays, objects don't have a built-in index. So we can't just use a regular for loop with numbers. Okay, so we need special techniques to access each properties. And that's why the most common way to iterate over object properties in using the for in loop. This loop goes through each enumerable property in the object. Let me show you the example first. This is your object, then, and this is the loop, for in loop. If we run this, we will see actually the name, age, city, profession, all the properties name. Okay, but actually, okay, go to your terminal. First, we check what it gives us. Terminal, okay, note, it is iterate, isn't it? Okay, iterating object. Iterating object. Maybe something wrong. Clear it first. Okay, note, iterate. So let's check. Isn't it? There is a iterate available. Yes, this one. Okay, it's available. So iterating object.js. Okay, something is not correct. Just give me a second. I'll give you the answer. Actually, I fixed it out. Okay, no. Okay, it's already fixed it because I'm using the verb and it fixed automatically. You see, iterating the object.js, the skip execute the name, age, city, and profession. Okay, good. Okay, but what if we we actually want the values instead of just the key, instead of just the keys? Okay, so we can access them using the bracket notation if we want, like this thing, you see, and then we actually get name with the Sarah, age, city, and profession. If we are using this const key in person, then key concatenation with person key. Okay, actually this is super useful for displaying all the object data dynamically for using this for in loop. But sometimes you just want an array of all the property names, and that's why we need the object keys, and that's why these object keys are comes in. Okay, just think, actually this is okay, yeah, key object. Okay, Object.keys. Which keys? This person is the object, right? And when you are console log it, and you get actually return the name, age, and cities. Okay, like this. Suppose the name, then it's showing the age. Okay, then city, like this. Now that we have an array, we can use array method like for each. Like for each, you see, key, this is the person, right? Actually, sorry, keys dot for each. Actually, this is also a loop, for each loop, and the key, this is actually function we call callback function key, and this is our console log key with the person key, right? And actually, this gives us the same result as for in loop, but with the more flexibility since we are working with an array. Okay, because it's just give me an array right now, right? This is not an object anymore. When you are using the object keys person, it's showing like this. That means this is an array with elements. not an object, this object. So we can use the for each loop using keys.for each and we get all the data. Okay, next, object.value method. What if you only care about the values, not the keys? Then we are using this object.values method. Okay, what it do for you? Actually, object.values, then person, and you get your answer like this: Sarah, 28, and New York. You see, Sarah, 28, and New York, because or the profession, if we also have a profession, so we get only value, not keys. Okay, and this is really handy when you need to do calculation or check on all values. For an example, suppose just think, you see there is an scores and you get all the values from these scores and all the scores you get. Okay, then you get the average. How? All score reduce. This is a one method with the reduce method, and then parameter is sum and score and the sum plus score. Okay, and you actually get the score and then divided with the score dot length, and you actually get the average score. Okay, great. Okay, so go to your terminal. Let's check what it gives us now. Note the average score is 85. Right? Math is 85, science is 92, English is 78. The average is 85. Okay, great. Now there is a object entry method, and this is an interesting method. Okay, really interesting method. Now actually here is my favorite, object entries. These entries actually these return an array of arrays, which actually where the each inner arrays contain a key value pair. What it means? Suppose console log it also. Just check it from here. Person, okay, object entries and person, and the value you actually get like this. This is the example you get as a result or output. Okay. Okay. We get this output and array in array. Actually, this is perfect for using with the for each or map loop. Actually, map method. Actually, if we want like object entries, which one is the person? Then because when you use the entries, this person actually showing like this. Then we are using the for each loop. Okay, then we get our value. How? Where we use this for each? We using the for each loop here, right? Okay, great. Now, how we are using array destructing there? We destructure actually, how we are using the array destructuring there. We destructure each entry array into a key and value. Actually, this makes the code really clean and readable. Okay, for this way. So go to terminal and check how it looks like. So note literal object. You see, at first it's showing the array in array, then it's showing with the exact result with what we want: name Sarah, age 28, city is New York. Okay, using this object entries with the for each loop. Great. Now the iterating over method. Object can contain methods too, and sometimes you need to identify which properties are functions, and that's why here is how you can do that. This is your calculator, this is your object, and we are using the for in loop. Const key is in calculator. Okay, and we get the key from this calculator. And before we are console log, we use here is the two way. It's first is the first condition. If this condition is true, then get this and it's printed out. Print out. Otherwise, this will be print out. Okay. Actually, these will correctly identify which property are method and actually which properties are methods and which are regular data properties. So go there, go to your terminal and see. You see, brand is a property with the value is Casio. Model is property with the value is FX. This and add is a method. Okay, subtract is a method. You see, add is method, subtract is method. Okay, and brand and model is property, right? Okay, now practical example where we put all together with a practical example. And imagine we have a shopping cart, okay, and we want to calculate the total price. Then how to do that? This is our shopping cart. Initially total number is 0. Then we are using this const, check the item from cart, then calculate the cart items. Okay, and we get the total amount. Or this is one method, one way, and we have another method, another way we can solve this just using this total object.values. You see, object.value is cart, then reduce with, this is a callback function, okay, with the sum and price. What is sum plus price? And it's actually calculate your price, and other is 0. Reduce the second parameter is the previous and the current value. Okay, actually both approach work, but object values with the reduce is more modern and conscious. Okay, okay, great. This is a callback function, and second is the current index, right? This is, yeah, function. We use the function, and yeah, okay, sorry. This one is the callback function, right? And this is the initial value. Initial value is 0. Okay, before we wrap up, let me mention a couple of things. A couple of things to watch out for. First is foreign loop, iterate over all enumerable properties, including the inherited ones. Usually you will want to add to check. Okay, this one. Second is object keys, object values, object entries. Only return an object's own properties, not inherited ones. This is usually what you want. Okay, so all right, let's recap. Today we learned for in loop, iterate through all enumerable properties. Object keys, get an array of property names. Object values, get an array of properties value. Object entries, get an array of key value pairs. And lastly, how to identify and work with the methods in object. Actually, these techniques are essential for working with objects in JavaScript, and you will use them constantly in real project. So next video, we are going to start exploring the functions, how to define them, invoke them, and why they are such a critical parts of JavaScript. So if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe. Drop any question in the comments below, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.